I am here basically today to explain the present situation, the issue related to the gold smuggling case that has been going on for the last almost 3 months. On the 5th of July 2020, in Trivandrum Airport, 30 kilograms of 24 karat gold worth 14.82 crores was found camouflaged in diplomatic baggage addressed to the charged affairs at the UAE consulate Thiruvananthapuram. And the issue started from there. Now the people who have been arrested initially, one Swapna Suresh, one Sandeep Nair, one Sarit, but later on, their contacts came, it went up to the Principal Secretary of the Chief Minister of Kerala. Now, 4 agencies are conducting investigations into various aspects of this issue. One is the gold smuggling, which initially was investigated by the customs. Then, since it was found to be linked with financing terrorism, NIA took up that case on 10th of July. And then there were many other issues that came to the fore. Another issue that came up was a contract between the UAE consulate and a builder in Kerala for construction of houses for those who lost their houses during the floods. And it came to the before the investigating agencies that Swapna Suresh, who was accused in the gold smuggling case, had received 1 crore commission. So naturally, the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act came into the picture. CBI is inquiring into that. The Enforcement Directorate, ED, is inquiring into the money laundering aspects of the whole issue. Now, the gold smuggling, I won't say that this is the first time that gold is being smuggled or gold is being captured by the customs in any of the airport of India or in anywhere in Kerala. But this issue that makes it distinct from other cases which has happened earlier is that this case is directly linked to the Chief Minister's office, and the Chief Minister has been changing his stand from the day the case was registered, people were caught, and till day before yesterday. Initially, the Chief Minister said that, I don't know who is this. I am not aware of that. Now he says that this lady who has been accused, number 1, has visited the Chief Minister's office, Chief Minister's residence, held consultations with the Consulate General many times. In the first day when the whole issue happened, the Kerala Chief Minister wrote a letter to the Prime Minister asking that any central agency may investigate about it. He didn't specify a particular agency. But now, when the investigation went ahead, and the Enforcement Directorate in the charge sheet that was submitted to the court specifically mentioned that there are people who are influential in the government who are linked to this. There are very prominent people linked to this, the government of Kerala and the party which leads the government, they started finding fault with the agency. They started saying that this is a political vendetta. They started casting aspersions on the agencies. And during the course of the last 3 months, we have seen 2 instances wherein efforts were made to destroy the evidence. The General Administration Department of the Government of Kerala, which looks after the protocol, which looks after the discussions that the government officials of Kerala hold with other foreign entities, that protocol department had a fire on 25th of August. The ministers, including the chief minister, said that it was a short circuit. But now we have the report of the forensic department of the government of Kerala, which says that the forensics laboratory very categorically says that it was not caused due to short circuit. This indicates that there was a deliberate effort on the part of somebody to destroy the evidence. The CCTV visuals, both of the chief minister's residence as well as the state secretariat, that was found to be lost. And now the latest thing, there as the agreement which I mentioned to you, consulate and the builder, against that the CBI charged the builder as well as the Kerala government agency which entered into an agreement. And Kerala government goes to the court against CBI inquiry. The same government which welcomed, which demanded the government of India to institute an inquiry, they are now going to the court saying that the agency doesn't have the authority to investigate. This shows that those who are involved in the gold smuggling is hand in gloves with those who are in power. This shows that the links of the people who are directly accused of the crime, their links are not limited to up to the principal secretary, but it goes beyond also. One more suspicion that has come up, one more question that is being raised is, normally in every government in the various states, the principal secretaries to the chief minister, they hold the charge of that office only. They don't hold an additional charge of a particular department in the government. That is a general principle. But here, the principal secretary holds the charge of the electronics and IT department of the government of Kerala, and it is a well-known fact that chief minister has some relatives who are in the field of IT and electronics against whom there have been allegations. So the chief minister's confidence in the principal secretary, his close links with the principal secretary is beyond doubt. And when a principal secretary has been accused of supporting or in a way aligning with those who have been accused of gold smuggling, and that principal secretary has been suspended, even though the chief minister for the first days, 10 days the chief minister refused to do so, after that he had to do. Now the moral authority of the chief minister is lost. So the BJP has been demanding, the people of Kerala has been demanding that the chief minister should resign, owning the moral responsibility of the whole incident that has happened. So this is the scenario, this is the situation regarding the gold smuggling. which I would like to explain to you.
तो आप लोग ये मांग करते हैं कि इस पूरे मामले में उनका इस्तीफा और सेंटर की तरफ से क्या एक्शन लिया जाएगा, आप लोगों के पास अगर पर्याप्त सबूत हैं?
नहीं, सेंटर के तरफ से अभी मैंने जो कहा कि 4 एजेंसी इसके अलग अलग पहलुओं पर अभी जांच कर रहे हैं, जैसे कस्टम्स है, ईडी है, सीबीआई है और एनआईए है, और इन हर एजेंसी उनके जो दायरे में जो विषय है उस पर जांच कर रहे हैं। जैसे कि कस्टम्स गोल्ड स्मगलिंग जो प्रत्यक्ष रूप से जो है उस विषय पर करने का अधिकार कस्टम्स का है, लेकिन इसमें आतंकवाद का जो विषय है उसको एनआईए कर रहे। तो सीबीआई एफसीआरए का जो विषय है उसमें जिसका कोई राज्य सरकार की रिकमेंडेशन या हाईकोर्ट के डिसीजन की ज़रूरत नहीं है, डायरेक्टली एफसीआरए के विषय में सरकार यानी सीबीआई डायरेक्टली उस पर जांच कर सकते हैं, उस विषय पर कर रहे हैं। तो ये सारे जांच आगे बढ़ रहा है और उसमें चार्जशीट जैसे ईडी का चार्जशीट कोर्ट में दाखिल हो गया है और कस्टम्स का जो शोकॉस नोटिस का तैयारी में।
Sir, you said that there are links to Dawood Ibrahim and everything that's coming up. Now the question is, why the Kerala government should not be dismissed, citing all these issues by getting a report from the governor?
See, I don't think that has been the practice of the government led by Narendra Modi ji, because we are in a democratic mechanism. We are a democratic country. When there is a case, the case will be investigated, and when it is conclusively proven, then accordingly action will be taken.
So the case will go on in the courts for a long time, and it will take a long time to conclusively prove and convict. So I mean, will you wait till then?
No, I don't think that your assumption that the case will go on and on, I don't agree with that.
संदीप जी
एक मुद्दा जी सवाल ये है कि जानकारी मिली है कि एमईए और डीओपीटी की तरफ से केरला
जांच एजेंसीज के तरफ से उनके ध्यान में आया है, उसका जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कॉग्निसेंस हैज बीन टेकन and accordingly the required action will be taken by the government.
So the Chief Minister has been saying that the NIA is here to investigate. Let them investigate. Should they find any proofs, we'll see. So what is your complaint against the Chief?
That is what I am also saying. The Chief Minister's statement, I have the statements of the Chief Minister starting from 5th July till day before yesterday. And he has been shifting the goalposts. Why he is now saying that why should the state government go to the court for dismissal and stay on the CBI inquiry if they have nothing to hide?
जैसे आपने कहा कि इससे टेरर फंडिंग भी हुई, दूसरी तरफ क्या है केरल में लॉ जिहाद की बहुत तमाम घटनाएं सामने आ रही हैं और भी अभी से कुछ रिपोर्ट्स भी ऐसी आई थी कि एनटीसीए जो प्रोटेस्ट हुए कुछ केरला से भी फंडिंग हुई थी। क्या आपको लगता है जो सोने की तस्करी से गोल्ड स्मगलिंग से जो पैसा बनाया जा रहा है वो इन गतिविधियों में भी खर्च किया जा रहा है?
No, that is why the NIA has taken up that case, that the money that has been amassed through gold smuggling, that is being used for financing of terrorism. That is why the inquiry is being done by the NIA. And I am sure that NIA will bring out the clear evidence of that.
Download Tarang online radio app from Google Play Store.
You are listening to Tarang Devotional Online Radio.